I think one thing that I learned too is that people always say like, "Oh, I couldn't imagine," but it's like you can imagine because if you were 26 and you lost both your parents, how would you feel? But I think again that's why what we're doing
Right.
here today is so beautiful and what we have to continue to do as much as we possibly can because people need to be able to have these conversations. But a
Yeah.
conversation is both speaking and listening. But we can only listen sometimes. Our ears only allow us to hear what we're comfortable with. Actually, just coming to me right now. Sometimes us speaking our grief could be like speaking another language to someone because it's foreign.
Mm.
It's foreign. It's foreign. If they haven't
Mm.
been through it, because I'm going to be honest, if someone was saying to me what I've been
Powerful.
through, but it was their life, I think you can only be sometimes as empathetic as your experience or your
Yes.
willingness. But as a society and
Yes.
people, I don't really think we're that flexible. We're more just gonna hang in our comfort level. When
Yeah.
people start to cry, what do we say? Oh, don't cry. It's okay. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm guilty of it sometimes as well. And I try to say, no, cry. You need to cry, cry. You need to
Right.
do this. But it takes time and it takes a willingness and experience. So I think as a bereaved person who would love to have everyone understand what I'm going through and be more sympathetic and empathetic and all of that, I have to understand the reality is that most people are only operating from their operating system. And so what they've been
Mm-hmm.
through, because they also could have been conditioned to not express or to not do this in their life. So they're like, what are you doing? Why are you telling me
Right.
about your feelings? We don't talk about feelings in my house. I don't even know what feelings
Right.
means. I better suck it up and keep it moving. So I think what I've learned in my grief a lot now is to expand and be more open and tolerable
Mm.
to people's lack of understanding experience and rather take it as an opportunity to educate them and to show them goes on when we talk about grief and loss. And so I say that it's beyond the death because of course that's the action
Yes.
that took place,
Yeah.
but that's not the remnants, right? You
Mm-hmm.
are what's left over and whatever parts of you that are still there, you've got to try to put together and then continue to navigate and move through that. And sometimes it looks like we have it together, and sometimes people might think you're losing it a little bit, and that's okay. It's okay, Queen. Look, just tell them, like, I'm not well today. Don't expect
I am
much
not
of me.
well.
It is what it is. And I want people to get
Yeah.
more in that place as a community and a society. Gary, I personally
Mm-hmm.
think the silence is more dangerous. I think the
Mm-hmm.
silence is more dangerous, right? Because that's a thing that's a literal and it's figuratively as well. So
Yes.
you're literally silent, but then what that represents as far as like that shutdown and suppression of your emotions. And one thing that
Mm.
you said that I really loved, Ashley, was that you have to remain open to the new idea of
Yes.
family. And so I think I want the audience to make sure that you guys catch that you understand that there's options because you said the joy may or may not come, but it's
Mm.
your choice if you settle
Yep.
in the suffering. And so what I hear is that you're not choosing to do that. And although, hey, listen, we're not going to paint a picture that's not a reality. Some of those days, doggone it, will really stump you.